The David Ogilvy thing, he was one of the pioneers in how the digital marketing landscape today really takes a lot of examples from. If you see digital marketing agencies out there, a lot of them are still using key principles and key advisory strategies that David Ogilvy at that time introduced to the world on how to present a certain ad for the maximum impact on the customers in order to persuade and convince them to buy what you are selling. Because you have to understand, this is not the economy of the print, this is the economy of the digital. And if you do not move fast with the community, with the world, with the with the digital landscape, you will be left behind. Not only will you be left behind, you will be crushed. Like we see so many small businesses who fail to continue with the community, to continue with the one of the most important things. This is, and we will move on to this topic, Sunny. One of the very important things a lot of small businesses in today's day and age fail is just because one very simple thing, which is adaptability. A lot of small business owners, the only reason they're going out of business is the lack of adaptability. They are not able to adapt with the fast landscape of today's world, of today's day and age. A lot of people who consider themselves within themselves that they don't know how marketing and TikTok on YouTube and shorts and reels and Facebook and Instagram doesn't work, and they try to pass on these activities to their sons and daughters and other managers for small businesses, and that is where the key problems happen. I mean, I open my Instagram page, I see so many reels of small businesses across the globe who are trying to come on the digital landscape, and they're getting hundreds of millions, not hundreds. I'm not talking about tens of leads, 10 leads, 50 leads, 100 leads, 2,000 leads, hundreds of million of leads, 100 millions of leads, just because of just based off of three videos or two videos, because they published 100 videos, two videos or three videos resonated with the public a lot, and people have been purchasing $5,000 worth of plane tickets just to go over to their business and get that service, whatever they're offering, over their product, whatever they're offering. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Sunny, what do you think about branding in small business? What are some of the issues that small businesses are facing today when it comes to branding and marketing? Why do we see so many small businesses never adapting to the ever evolving landscape of branding? Go ahead.
Discuss for the small businesses. I'd like you to take an example from large businesses, see how they work around it. In 1931, there was a memo published in Procter and Gamble by a person called Neil McElroy. At that point, the memo was that we need, in terms of this direction, that we, for each product, we need brand men, and to discussion on that, brand men recognize that brand ambassadors, or brand managers for each of the product line. Now, Procter and Gamble, they had multiple lines of product under their umbrella. I'm talking about Gillette. I'm talking about say diapers, Pampers, and multiple others as well. So all of these line of products earlier were under Procter and Gamble, but they were not being developed as a one brand in itself. They at that point, there was a memo that represented the value of creating brand men, or brand managers for each product line. Now, most of the big players in the market, say Unilever, P&G, they have line of products, say Gillette. Now, Gillette will have its own teams. They will have operation, they will have sales, they will have marketing, and they will also have brand managers that are managing the value or the content of the brand, what the brand is representing to the public. Now, a lot of that goes into from the major players in the market. However, when we look at small businesses, that is not the case. We a small businesses in Canada, we're talking about 55% of the businesses, small businesses that we have, they employ 1 to 5 employees. So think about small business in that term. So if you have 5 employees in a business that is operating 5 6 days a week, would you have a brand manager in place? That's not going to be the case. So there is a lot of input that the owner will have to do in terms about raising the brand value of that small business. Now, it involves around a lot of other things. Say we have right now various social media sites like websites, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and other, a few others as well. If a small business or owner or a person is looking to increase the brand value, they'll have to work on marketing the brand. They'll have to work on branding the brand itself to the public, which will take a lot of efforts from the person. So it is in a way a big pie of the business itself, which is overlooked by the small businesses. So I like to urge and have that direction be followed by the small businesses, which the large businesses are already doing it. So in order to compete with the large businesses, the bare minimum is you have to keep up with the current trends. If they do not, then that business is falling behind. I think that is where I stand on that.
Let me tell you. So I bought a condominium unit in Mississauga by Square One, and I went to furnish that unit to a corner furniture shop. The only reason I went to that furniture shop is because I was driving by the street. I was driving by the street and I saw this furniture store. They had one sign, just one sign out of the store saying 70% off, everything must go. This is the sign they had outside the store. So, you know what, let's give it a try. I bought this condominium unit. So I went inside, and the furniture pieces that they had, well, whatever the furniture pieces that they had left inside the store, they were not to my taste, but I did have opportunity to speak with the person who was the salesperson, and I asked him, what's up with the sign, everything must go? Are you guys getting a new shipment? Do I need to wait for the new shipment? I do not paying a little bit more for better furniture pieces, because whatever you have in the store, I particularly, that was not particular to my taste as to what I want in my condominium unit. And the person who I was speaking with, thinking if that was a salesperson, turned out to be the owner of the store. And I asked him, what happened? And do I need to wait? Are you ordering in new pieces? What's going on? He told me he's going out of the business. Why? Because the big chains, Wayfairs of the world, IKEAs of the world, and massive online retailers are killing his business. Now, does Wayfair does not have any tangible real estate out there? No, Wayfair does. Wayfair actually does. They have pop-up stores and they have massive warehouses where they're keeping all their inventory. But what is Wayfair or IKEA doing? By the way, in IKEA, you can literally walk in and you can select what you want. You can see what you want. You can sit and try what you want, and then you can buy it what you want. If you cannot do that at Wayfair. And I asked this person, he said he's going out of the business because he's not able to compete at their prices. Why is that the case? Why is he not able to compete? He's not doing the same level of branding. He's not doing the same level of marketing. He does not have same level of thousands of employees that Wayfair and IKEA does. He does not have 100,000 square feet of warehouses that Wayfair and IKEA does. Why exactly is that he's going out of the business? He's going out of the business because the customers would rather buy at a place where they can buy affordable piece of furniture. And how do the customers know that there are some places, some websites or some warehouses existing in the world called Wayfair or IKEA or Amazon or other retailing places? The only reason they know is because those businesses, they are branding themselves. This person could not adapt to the ever-evolving digital landscape. This person never invested into the operations of his business. This person never invested into the staff of his business. This person never imagined how much he can invest in terms of branding, in terms of the vision that he wanted to take his business in. He just knew this is where he would get the cheap furniture for. He knew this is how much he would mark it up for, and he knew that he would then sell it to the consumers. How would he sell it to the customers when he's literally not doing any branding or marketing? Just the same way I went into the store, passing by the street, mistakenly saw this sign outside the store, went inside. That's it. His whole business idea was on cars passing by the street, and that's it. That is not the branding and marketing we are talking about here. Our branding and marketing involves a thorough plan, a thorough SOP, a thorough standard of procedure. What will be done at what step? Our branding and marketing is not something that you just post some videos and some photos on digital platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube, video platforms, Rumble, whatever the case is, and then hope that you would have people lining up out your store to buy whatever you're selling. No, that's not how it works. You need to create ads. You need to invest in ads. You need to tell people why your ad is more eye-popping than a competitor's ad. You need to give people what they're looking for. You need to tell people why your furniture store is 1,000 times better than your competitor's business store. What if in one single intersection, in one single neighborhood, you have 4 furniture stores? One of them is doing marketing and branding. Who do you think will have the maximum amount of sales? The person who is doing the marketing and branding. Now, while branding and marketing is important, so is sales. What is the outbound? What is the outbound sales activity that your business is doing to actively pursue new customers? If, let's say, I am going and scrolling some videos, I am sleeping on the bed, before going to sleep, I am just watching some YouTube shorts and just scrolling my thumb on the screen of the phone until the phone battery dies. I see a couple advertisements. They are really catchy. I connect with them. But then what happened after? I click on one of the ads. It took me to a page. It said, answer your name, your date of birth, where you live, why you love this product, would you want to buy this product? At that step, I just come out and that's it. What is the outbound activity done by the business itself to come and reach out to me? Okay, Archit, you came to our page, but you did not purchase. What was the reason? Can we help you? Can we assist you? Is there something we can do for you? What made you come to our website? How did you come to our website? Was there something that was that you liked? Was there something to your interest? Let us help you choose something. If not, maybe we can even just negotiate the price. Oh yes, you can never stay fixed on a price, especially if you're a small business. A lot of businesses out there think that they will stay firm on the price that they're selling, and the customers will respect that. And if the customers want to buy, they will buy. If not, then they'll. No, as a small business, you are still trying to grow. Your price cannot stay fixed. You cannot stay firm. There should be some room of negotiation. Now, that doesn't mean that you just come off to the consumer right away and tell them, hey, let me bring this 80% discount so that you can buy. No, not that aggressive discount as well. But you should always be open to an idea that during the pitch, during the selling process to the customer, however they came into your store, whether was it through an online ad or if they saw a sign from the street, you should always expect there is going to be some room for negotiation with the customer in order to proceed with the sale of whatever you are selling. And this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say lack of adaptability by a lot of small businesses out there. They fail to understand these very small concepts. Now, there are 1,000 other things that are being done by the major players like Amazons of the world, Wayfairs and IKEA on how they are selling on their brand value. How are they leveraging their brand value?